Okay, welcome back to the channel everybody. Mike Newton, it's Penrith Golf Hub review time. It's Mizuno JPX921 and it's now the Forged Iron. So we're going to take a look at the Players Iron in the JPX, which sometimes confuses me a little bit because obviously Players tend to go in the MP range, but JPX tends to be classed as more as a game improvement area, but obviously the Tour in there, and it has been very popular. It's won a few majors out on Tour, so it is obviously a very good iron. So we're going to take a closer look at that today. We've got Trackman on the floor. We'll provide you with some numbers, some data, and also my personal feedbacks on the looks and the performance of this particular club. Okay, so let's look at first impressions. Club behind the golf ball, and again, it's a beautiful looking golf club. We've got a minimal amount of offset there. We've got a medium to slimmer top line here and a little bit more of a compact heel to toe blade length. I'm just comparing that against the Forged, the 921 Forged, which I've just done that particular video. It should be out on my channel now, so you can go and check that particular one out. So this is just a little bit more of that compact club face. Obviously the small cavity at the back section here, but there has been some little changes from the previous model. So a little bit thicker in the back section here, just about behind the hitting area, which Mizuno is saying is providing a softer sort of feel. Again, we've got the 1025E, the mild carbon forging of the head. So we've obviously got the grain flow forge, which Mizuno are famous for. It should feel amazing as per usual with a Mizuno iron. Let's get this first one hit beautiful behind that golf ball. Very nice sort of look. Oh, and that feels gorgeous. Lovely high ball flight. It doesn't look to be really firing out there aggressively, so we're not going to see huge ball speed with this type of iron, but hopefully we're going to see some consistency. That's the key when you go into these sort of clubs, is that consistency. Oh, it's a little bit matty first, but again, I tell you what, it's got away nicely. It's really high on its flight again. Going to see some good stopping power, not just through spin here, but maybe through land angle. So say, yeah, just cut a little bit heavy. So that spin's just down a touch on there. 121 ball speed, launched a little bit on the higher side, but look at that height, 119 on that height. Loads of stopping power. So this is a 34 degrees, 7 iron, 34 degrees. So we're more traditional in the lofts than these irons. Lovely. Feels fantastic. Just the noise, the acoustics, the feel off the club face, everything you'd expect from a Mizuno iron. So I love, you know, with the Tour iron, I do quite like, it's a bit like a stripped back version here. You know, we've got that sort of satin finish there. There's no real big polished sections that we may see in the forged head, which I do like, to be honest. I just love this though. We've got the only bit of forged, sorry, the only bit of high chrome there is a little strip in the back of the cavity there, which houses the JPX921 script, and then just as you get it in the right light there, it just like flashes. It's a bit like, just reminds me of Knight Rider, you know, the front of the car, you know, just, I think it just looks ace. So I love that bit, part of the club. I know that's not going to change performance, but as a look, you know, just looks great, and it looks quality as always. Oh, that's a nice strike. Touch toe side, but again, it's feedback there. I'm getting that feedback through that strike. Very much get that from these types of clubs. The sound is just beautiful. Ooh, right, that is a bit of a low skinny one. It's flown very, very neutral. See that ball speed just drop a little bit there. 120 there. Spin's gone up. That was very much that bottom sort of groove there. You can feel it though. That's probably the only maybe downside with these types of irons, is the solidness of those miss hits aren't quite there as maybe what you would see in that forged iron. So type of player would be going to that really, this type of iron would be somebody who's pretty consistent with their ball striking. So probably that single figure golfer will be into this type of iron. So we've got some perimeter weighting here, and what Mizuno is saying is a little bit more toe bias weighting in this section here to help with the CG placement. We've also got a harmonic impact system here, which is basically helping with acoustics on those strikes. probably a little bit across the club face as well, to be honest. So availability of these, right hand 4 iron through to gap wedge, left hand is available from 6 to gap in the SCL range for the left-handers, which incorporates a 4 and 5 iron in the forged head there as a combo set. So good that Mizuno are offering, which they did in the last models, some options there for the left-handers. Okay, feels fantastic, looks fantastic, great shaping. Love the stripped back raw sort of finish of the iron itself. That's quite a cool look on it. Numbers seem pretty good there, but let's just check them out in a little bit more detail. Okay, so looking at those numbers a little bit more detail. So club head speed, as always, about 7 irons around that sort of 90 mile an hour mark. Ball speed 122.5. So probably seeing, maybe if you've seen the Forged Iron review, ball speed was much higher there, about around that sort of 127. Again, there's a loft difference here, which is going to make a difference, and obviously it's not as much technology, there's not got the chromoly in the Tour Iron as we do in the Forge, so possibly seeing there that difference of that ball speed there through those aspects. A little bit of a jump up and down on that ball speed, again, as I'm just moving my strike. Not probably the best ball striking session there, but you can see that just going to move that strike around. So if you do move your strike around the club face, you are going to see more drop-offs in the ball speed naturally against something like the Forged Iron. Launched at 19, spin 5.659. A little bit on the low side for me. I thought that'd be a little bit higher, but again, as I missed a couple of strikes there, you see I've got a couple pulling off there. But again, the descent angle at the 50-degree mark coming into land, it's got loads of stopping power in that aspect alone. So I know I've got that sort of control, averaging on that carry distance at 174. Okay, everybody, so there we go. There's a new JPX921 Tour Iron. Beautiful looking golf club. Definitely for that sort of lower handicap who's collecting their strikes, pretty consistent there. Because it is quite a sort of compact head. It's not as obviously forgiving as what you're going to see in that forged head. But post your comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on that particular iron and also the rest of the JPX range from Mizuno. Again, they're not disappointing. Beautiful looking clubs, finished off very, very quality. It just oozes class in my opinion here as you look at the golf club, and obviously the feel of it is just second to none as well. So fantastic set of irons yet again from Mizuno. Okay, hope you're enjoying the videos. If you have and you haven't subscribed, appreciate it if you just click that subscribe button. Also ring that bell so you get notifications of any future videos. As soon as they land on my channel, you'll be one of the very first ones to watch it. Hook up on my social media platforms, both Instagram and Twitter. Handles there are @NN Golf Coach, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.